Welcome to Spanky's Hot Topic Corner.
Hi, everybody. Oh, let me get my picture right. There we go. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Now I think I fixed this echo problem. Um, it should be fixed. Okay. Um, so if it isn't, someone let me know. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just hold on, and I'm going to check. I didn't bring it with me. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right, there we go. Hey guys, always some technical difficulty, but I'm gonna get it right. I'm telling you. I think y'all should be able to hear me okay. Just a minute. There you go. Mm. Y'all should be able to hear me okay because I done worked on this. That's why I'm running late, guys. So I'm waiting for people to come in the room. Bada bing, bada boom. Where this chat going? I don't know if they can see me on this one. All right. Waiting for some people to come in the room. If they come in the room, who knows if they're going to visit me today? I'm not sure. But I am here. Okay. So anyway, I hope that doesn't give me a bad feedback there because I'm also on Twitch too. So let me just test it out really quick, you guys, and make sure that that echo isn't there before we start. Hello? Hello? Okay. I don't think I have an echo, guys. I think I'm good on the echo phase. Oh, oh, oh. I don't. I don't. I think so too. Yes. Hold on. Let me just turn this off. Let me turn you off, honey. Bam. Okay. Okay. I did it right this time. I had to turn that mic right. Okay. So, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing wonderful. I hope all is well with everyone. Something, something, something. Just a second here. Okay. I know it's a connection issue because I'm not on here. Okay, so let's talk. Okay, so can anybody tell me? And I'm just I know I'm talking to myself, but when you rewatch this, you'll be able to respond. Can anybody tell me what I mean by the computer you didn't know you had? I'm wondering if anybody can figure that out. You might can figure it out. You might can't figure it out. Okay. All right. So I don't know for sure if you can figure it out or not, but okay, I know. Just a second, guys. Always fixing something here. Huh. Well, you can do audio. You can't do the visual, but it's just gonna keep giving me feedback. Okay. So yeah. So what I'm asking you tonight is, can you figure that out? What I mean by the computer you didn't know you had. The computer you didn't know you had. We were born with it. It was with us before we came out the womb. The computer you didn't know you had. We all have it. It's how we use it. So let me use scenarios here. When you see someone who you feel may be a special needs person, or you label them a special needs person. Now, back in some segments prior to this, I mentioned about these labeling things, about people labeling us, and how society labels us as a whole, anybody as a whole. So let's talk about when we speak on special needs, or for instance, the word retarded. Those people that you call special needs, retarded, artistic, or anything else, don't you know that they are on a whole nother level than you are? They are geniuses. They are on a download that you know nothing about. Yes. When you see a man walking down the street talking to himself, he is stuck in download mode. He is receiving a download that you know nothing about. He is using his computer in his mind. Yes, your brain is a computer. Your brain is the greatest computer that there is. Your brain does not have to have updates. Your brain does not have to be repaired unless it is broken by you. So, this is what I mean by the computer you didn't know you had. You know, it amazes me because I really love the people that don't use a regular PC computer. They're not computer literate, right? But I am going to discuss how you compare your brain to the functioning system of a computer. We sometimes tend to file things in our mind and put it away in a folder that is called your file folder that you have. In the computer, you see the little icon that is a folder, and it says File Explorer. So that's where all of your memories, all of your bogged up anger and everything goes to. So when we look at a person who is, you as you may say, mentally challenged, they are not mentally challenged. They are just stuck in a download mode. They are receiving a download that you know nothing about. Their frequency is totally different. They are on a different server than what you're on. That does not mean that they are what you may call retarded, what you may call special needs, what you may call mentally challenged, because you cannot get to them the way you want to get to them. You cannot speak to them in their language because they receive language differently than you do. Back when I was younger and I was in elementary school, we had a program, and that's what I can say for um, Virginia Public Schools up north, Fairfax County Public Schools, and things like that. When I was growing up, which was a while back, and a lot of you see me and still cannot figure out my age. I am the big 49er. I am a 49er. Yes, I am. Not a fan, but I am 49, okay? And so back when I was in elementary school, we had the opportunity to work with elderly, and we had the opportunity to work with what you may call mentally challenged um, kids. They incorporated them in our school system so that we can work together and and you know make us better functioning people, as you would say, when we go out and get older. I wish they still had those programs. There are certain schools that do have it. I know that I believe Pembroke uh, has that program here in the Virginia Beach area. I don't know how many other school systems have it, but yes. And what it is, it was a pleasure working with them as a young minor. So I was young. I was between the ages of you know, between the ages of 7, 9, 10, 11, going up in those age range, working with these kids that were the same age as me, but they said mentally challenged. Um, why? Because they feel that they're not learning on the same level that the system is giving us to learn. When they're not learning on the same level as what the system states we should be learning on. But it is not us, it is how they receive their download. They may be way ahead of things in the mathematical era, the art era. Um, they may have a coding era, but they have a code that they can feed off of in their brain. If you watched Rain Man, was he not smarter than the average bear? You just could not figure him out. Yet he could memorize numbers and photos and everything. He had a photographic memory. So those are high frequencies. Just one is higher than most in their brain. And our brains are the computer that we didn't know we had. How do we use them? Well, we're not using them to our full capacity. Therefore, we have so much terabyte and megabyte and gigabytes left that it's not even funny. We have not even used half of our computer system. We will never crash and burn because we've not even gotten there yet. The storage is nowhere near full. So that is the computer you didn't know you had. It's a frequency in which you use your brain and how you use it. So I don't see people as mentally challenged, retarded. When I say the word retarded, I'm playing with it. I call anybody retarded that give me a good joke. And that's just a joke. It's fun. But I can never look at someone that I know that people see as challenged and call them challenged because they're not. They're not special needs. They are just downloading their data differently than you and I on a level that you and I will never reach because we can't think outside the box. You know, they called me a slower. They put me in LDR when I was in elementary school, all because I wasn't on a frequency that everyone else was on, because I didn't learn the same as everyone else. But if you talk to me today, you would never think that because I have frequencies that I've been downloading ever since then. I did not let that stop me. I did not let anyone define who I was in that manner. I have never been a follower. I've never had the desire to. I've always had the desire to just be me. And as I receive all my downloads, I make sure that I clear my history and cookies every day. Do you know what that means? If you are a avid computer user, you would know that when your technical difficulties arise in your system, they will, on the other end, the tech support end, will tell you to go and clear your cookies. Oh, somebody just said, oh, I don't eat cookies, honey, because I'm diabetic. I don't mean those cookies, no. Cookies. The cookies are the servers that you allow in order to access extra data within the server that you're in. Those are the cookies. That's why you have to accept the cookies. And no, I don't mean in a sexual manner cookies. I mean cookies as in data. Don't get it twisted. Your brain has cookies too. All the negativity, all of the downloads that you've received from social media, from TV, from the radio, from gossip, all of that is a regular human download. Those are artificial downloads. Those are what you would call cookies. Those are what you would call history that clogs up your memory, your data. It uses up your data. And so from time to time, you must clear the history in the cookies. And I don't mean clear the history as far as forgetting um, what is vital. I'm saying clearing the history of certain things that hold you back. This is a process that I'm taking, as I said from the last talk that we had about moving forward and clearing my mind so that I can focus and target what I need to target. Sometimes there are setbacks. Those are called viruses. We all get them. The viruses are the negativity. The viruses are the jealousy, the envy, the hate, the greed, the anger. All of that is the virus that can sometimes come in and overload your computer. And in order to get the antivirus, you must clear those cookies first. You must clear that history first and start fresh and new. It's called a refresh. Yes, there is an arrow with a circle that you can hit and refresh your server that you're in, but that is not clearing your history or your cookies. So that's how the mind is working these days. That's how the mind functions. You're the computer, and the network is so vast and big that you cannot even see the forest through the trees at times. So, how do you download? How do you receive your downloads? And I don't mean the downloads that I was just talking to you about, those regular, everyday, daily downloads that you get from the TV, from the news, from the media. I'm talking about the download from the higher source that brought you here, the creator. How do you receive those downloads? How do you receive the downloads from your passed on ancestors that are trying to send a message to you to guide you in the right direction? How do you receive those downloads? But if you've never cleared your cookies in your histories, your downloads are clouded. You cannot get the right download. And what happens is you get a false reading. You get a fake web page. Did you ever notice how when you Google something and your mind has Google built in it, but when you Google on your computer, did you ever notice how you put a name in and all these other similar sites come up? Not necessarily the site that you want right away, but similar sites come up in its place. So you have to be careful because some of us push the first site that we see because that's what we were searching for. And it turns out to be a fake site. It turns out to be a site that may cause a virus that is not the correct site. That's our vision. Let's compare that to the mind, our computer in our mind. That's our vision. Can you see beyond your sight? I sometimes cannot. I sometimes cannot see with that third eye that we were given. And yes, there is a third eye. And that's how we receive all of our downloads. That's the little clicker when you go in and you're trying to get new software and it says free download. Now, how do you receive it? You can receive it through Windows, you can receive it through Mac, or you can receive it through your phone device. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the download that you can only receive through your brain, the software that you can only receive through that. Are we open to learn more? Are we open to listen? Or are we just shut off from reality altogether? I mean, come on. I just saw recently about the shooting at outside the stadium. I really haven't delved into the news report, but I've seen it. And, we've had children die every day here where I am. Just the other day, I mean, a child was shot. I mean, it's just every day. Now, who is doing this and why are they feeding off of the virus that is in their computed mind? How do we build an antivirus for this computer that we have in our head? We have to see things differently. We have to look at things differently than what we've been looking because all we're doing is going in revolving circles, round and round and round on a merry-go-round. And although I love them so, and I love roller coaster rides that go vroom, vroom, back and round and up and down, we cannot live life this way because what it's doing is it's failing us. So my challenge to everyone is let's look into the computer you did not know that you had, which is in your brain. Let's look at how you download the software that you receive every day. And do your stubborn ways sometimes block what you're receiving? Don't you know that we have block on our computers for blocking this, blocking that? But sometimes, in order to receive what we really need, we have to go and unblock it so it can come through. That's how a computer works, and that's how our brain works. And when you run across someone who you feel may be of special needs, think of it as though they're on a frequency that you don't have access to. They're not special needs. When you call them special needs, they say you need to get away from me because I am on a level you're not on. Because handicap cannot even fall into that. Now, if handicap has to do with special needs, I mean, how come I don't have my good handicap parking sticker? Okay? No, handicap, I feel, Handicap is for people who don't have fingers, toes, arms, or legs, or something missing from their body. That's what I consider handicap. And I see plenty of handicapped parkers that have all their limbs and they're walking. Where are they handicapped at? These are words, people. Words that are set to block you from receiving the download. Handicap, retarded, special needs, learning disability, mentally challenged, psycho, crazy. And we use those as a crutch. When somebody goes out there and they shoot up people, they say to themselves before they go, I am just psycho. A word that should have been taken from them long ago. I am just psycho and I'm just going to use it as such. I'm just crazy. I'm going to show them how crazy I am. Words that we should not be using on a regular basis. Words that we should take away from the title of our whatever we have. I've talked about this before about there should be some words that should be removed, you know, black and white, stupid. I mean, these are words that we call each other every day, and we don't really know the effect that it has on us because after a while, we say it so many times to ourselves that we become it. We become what we say. I am not special needs, and I am not retarded, but I don't care that you may think I am. I'm on a frequency that you're not on. So there. Nanny, nanny, boo boo. It's the computer. I'm using my computer. I'm using more memory, more data than you. I can't help it. I mean, try it sometimes and you might feel like on a whole nother level. I'm talking Matrix level. Those movies are watch the movies again. Watch those movies like Matrix and stuff like that. Really watch what they mean. Because if you watch The Wizard of Oz, which is one of my favorite, which is The Wiz is one of my favorite. You know, the scarecrow was told he did not have a brain. And when he got off that pole, he was the smartest of them all. They called him no brainer. And he was smarter than all the crows, all the people, all the animals of the forest. He was smarter than them all because they said he was filled with hay and paper, newspaper. See, he downloaded his brain, which he thought he didn't have, with articles that he read that were put in him. That's how he received his download. The computer we did not know we had. I love The Wiz. You know, I could speak on each character and tell you that it goes so much deeper than you think. Now people twist it. They say it's a racial thing. They say it's a thing to put you down, this and that. You have to look beyond what your mind computes and open your mind, clear those histories and cookies, and listen and see what the story is really telling you. I am Dorothy. I am lost and I don't know where I'm going to go. I had a dog, Toto, and he died. But I would love those friends, the lion, the scarecrow, and the tin man to keep me protected at all times because, they're my friends. She was lost. Aren't most of us lost in the wilderness, lost, and we don't know where to go? And we need a knock against our head to show us reality. Her reality, in order to find her reality, she had to go to the fantasy world and find her reality there. And then when she came back to reality, she saw it in a whole new light. That's what you call receiving a download while she was in a coma because she got knocked upside the head. But she was receiving a big download, and we saw it all. Computer we didn't know we had. Oh, the lion. I could go through all the characters. The lion thought he had no courage, so he hid under some stone. And all that time, he had all the courage in the world, but he was smart because he stayed out of harm's way. He said, "While this broken world crumbles, I'll be right here sitting on my throne, chilling and thinking I'm a coward." When really he was saving his life. Oh my goodness, I love The Wiz. I love The Wizard of Oz, okay? I'm going to break it down for you. I'm just going to tell you how it is. You know, the Tin Man. The Tin Man thought he had no heart. He was the most compassionate of them all. He loved the way no one else could love. It was unconditional. He loved that fat teeny that was sitting on top of him in The Wiz. He loved her. And although she caused him so much damage, he still loved her because he had a heart bigger than all of them. And he just did not know it. He thought he was just an empty shell. How could you be an empty shell and be able to talk the way you talk and feel the way you feel? And you would not rust if you didn't cry, but you cry all the time. So therefore, you always rusted. He didn't know because they told him you were made of tin and you are heartless. That's what they told him. Another word, heartless, brainless, coward, things that are put in our heads to hold us back from being who we are. The Wiz, why was he the Wiz? Because he came with things that they'd never seen before. And how he came was amazing. He came in a hot air balloon. And they had never seen a hot air balloon before. And you operated it by yourself. And you came from all the way from there, all the way to Fantasyland. You are a freaking genius, is what they said. So they made him the wizard. The wizard. We have a lot of wizards. People who are falsely guiding everyone, but making them think and do exactly how they want things to operate. Emerald City was operating based on the specific word of one individual, which was the Wiz. The Wiz said, "Tonight, the color is gold." And everybody dressed in gold and danced around dressed in gold, all because the wizard said it, all because they cannot think for themselves and realize that you don't have to dress in gold just because the wizard says so. Then he said the color was green and the color was red. So I've broken it down. The witch, the two witches, the one that could get you back home, and she left you stranded there all that time, and she could have told you how to get back home the whole time, but she wanted you to go on your journey with the scarecrow, the lion, and the tin man while you wasted all that time going on that journey. That little hussy could have told you how to get by clicking the meals 3 times. Is that all you needed? Really? She wanted you to learn something. She was teaching you a lesson. And that wicked witch, all she wanted was her slippers back so she could get to where she had to go. I don't know, because she couldn't get there with her broom. And why did she melt with water? I can't figure that one out. I can't figure the witches out. I can figure all the other characters out, but I can't figure that witch out. Maybe she did not like to wash. She did not like baths. Um, the water represented acid or something. I don't. The water represented clean, and she did not want to be cleansed. I can make it up as I go because it is a story after all, right? She did not want to be cleansed. She wanted to be dirty all the time, evil and rotten, and she was possessed. Now, if y'all have ever seen the extension of the Witches of Oz, I think that's the name of the movie or whatever, you would learn that the Wicked Witches were at one time very nice people. And what made them cold and mean was heartbreak or deception. And that's what made them so cold and mean, which is why you have some women today that will go out and slash your tires if you look at them the wrong way. Their brain is not functioning on the level that they should. They need to clear those cookies in the history. When you're in the store and you have Miss Karen or Becky who is going off about this and that, just say, "Can you calm down, refresh, and go and clear your cookies? Open your mind and stop complaining because it's not worth it and it's not going to get you anywhere but locked up." Whew, I have a headache just getting this download to you, just giving this upload to you. You know what an upload is? Upload is what you pray for. That's your upload. The download is what you get back. Okay? the computer you did not know you had that you have. Who needs Google? Your mind can Google whatever it wants. You know, we have dictionaries, we have books. So those who don't use computers, they go and they Google it themselves. They go to the library and they find exactly what they're looking for. The time doesn't matter because when your computer freezes, you have to wait anyway before you can get to where you need to go. But if you go to the library, you can go right to where you want to go and you can just boop, 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 and get the data and download it in your brain for free. Input, output. Input is what you hear, what you see, what you learn, what you receive in your dreams at night. Output is how you interpret it and put it out there. The computer we didn't know we had. I didn't know how to bring this to you. I just know that it came to me. The computer you didn't know you had that you were born with, that is there, that is so valuable, that holds so much knowledge that you don't know because you're not tapping into the computer that you have internally. This computer that you have internally helps you function day to day. It controls the way you walk, the way you move, the way you feel, your joints, your bones, and everything else. It is your actual functioning computer that you have every day in your mind. Think about it. So, I did not do an opening greeting, did I? I just came on and I said, hold on for a minute, and I started talking. I apologize for that. Let me do shouts out to all my friends and family who may rewatch this, and whoever may actually be watching. I cannot actually see comments right now. Um, I'm sorry. So if you are commenting, I will be able to see those later, but I cannot see them right now. That's because I'm on a different form here. But I can chat with you and talk with you. And then when I get my feedback from you, then I will definitely respond. No. These topics just come to me, and so I put it out there. That's the download I received, and so I'm giving the output. I am putting it out there that our minds are the computer that we didn't know we had. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That is so rude. I know, but I can only be me, right? So, that's just something for us to think about. You know, what did you truly think your computer was? When I made this title up and it came up, what did you think the computer was that you didn't have? Your foot, your finger, your toes? No. No, no, no. It's your brain. It's your brain. It's your brain. That's what I'm talking about tonight. That's what I'm talking about. The computer you didn't know you had. It's right there. So if we crash and burn, And what I mean by that is if all electricity stopped today, would your brain stop functioning? Would you not be able to communicate? Would you not still be able to receive your downloads? No, you would. You would. You'd still be functioning, you still be surviving, you'd still be able to receive because that's why we were created. That's who we were created and why we were created for. What we were created for. I mean, come on. How do you think those pyramids really got built? It took great knowledge, great frequency, great mathematic, engineering, everything else to create such a beautiful and integral and complicated monument. Could any of you do that today? Could you replicate what they did? Only if you can receive the download properly. The download that was given to us that we can. Oh, and let me tell you about that computer that you have that you didn't know you had. The updates are regular and they're free. You will not crash and burn unless you crash and burn. Unless you stop functioning, you are in control of your computer and how it works. And that's really all I had to say tonight. Now, what time is it? Let me check it out. Let me check out how long I've been up here on that. Oh, yes, I think just maybe a little under an hour. Yes, I won't be on long tonight, but I did want to get that message out there. Let's discuss, you guys, what you think about the computer you didn't know you had. How do you think it functions for you? Do you agree that people are sometimes on a higher frequency than we are? That they think on a different wavelength? They receive data a lot differently than the average person. Look at the greats. Look at all the greats. The ones that were multi talented, the ones that were so talented that you could not even figure it out. How did they get that way? They were using the computer they didn't know they had, but they must have found out that they had it. Some know it, some don't. So I'm just telling you that you have it. You didn't know it before, and now you know it. Because I'm telling you, it's there, right? And it didn't cost anything, it was free. Well, guys, I mean, this live, I don't know if you liked it, you didn't like it, however you feel. I just feel that you might want to think about it though, because in order for us to change the way we think, in order for us to change the future, we must look into that computer that we didn't know we had so that we can get on the right path and receive the proper downloads and get rid of those viruses we need to create an antivirus so that we can move forward. The antivirus must remove all the hurt, anger, hate, and disgust, and envy, and greed, and all those words that just tear you down. I challenge y'all to go a week without using any of those negative words. Go a week with removing any type of negative word like or feeling. If you feel like you're being a little greedy, and greed can go a lot of ways. Like you want money that it isn't yours, that you just want it, and or you want to keep so much of it, give some away. Or you want to go to that buffet and you just want to eat till your stomach pops. Stop at the midpoint. That's the greed. Um, you know, anger. Try not to be angry. If somebody pisses you off on the road, just go, try to suppress the words that you really want to say to them when they cut you off on the road or when they don't know how to drive. Just go around them. Just say, okay, person cut in front of me. Turn your music up, sing a song, try not to get angry. This is a challenge for me also because I'm telling you, I have bad road rage. So I just don't get on the road unless I have to because I will be cussing you out all the way. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm challenging you and I'm challenging me. Let's remove some of the negativity for a whole week. Let's say that we won't be mean. Let's not call each other names. Let's not talk behind the person's back. Let's just talk to the person instead of talking behind their back. Let's be nice for once. Let's not be narcissistic. Let's not say any words that will tear a person down. If you can't say anything that's going to lift them up, just don't say nothing at all. Let's do it for a week and then you can go back to your old evil self, okay? Just a week of not doing that and try it and see how good you feel in the end. And, if you can't make it through the week, then you have to start over again. That's the challenge. It's a big challenge, okay? It's a big challenge, I know. I mean, it's a challenge for me because I'm mad all the time, but so I'm going to challenge myself too. Let's do a week of no negativity. You know, when those kids get on your nerves and they come bothering you, say, kill them with the kindness. Just kill them with the kindness. Just say, oh, Bobby or Sue or Laquita or Shanquita, Bumquita, listen. Now, I told you not to do that, didn't I? Okay, look, if you don't do that anymore, I swear you will not feel the wrath next week because I'm on a week of goodness. Then the next week, beat them for what they did last week. you know, let's try to do. You just try it. Just try it. Let's just try it. It's a challenge. It's a life challenge. But let's try just to be good, just to be nice, just to be kind to each other, just for a week. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a challenge. Let's try to take all the negativity away. Take all the hatred, all the anger away for a week. If the world could do that for a week, do you know how much better the world would be? If the world could say, I forgive you and I'm going to move on. If the world could say, I do not want to take your life, let's talk it over. If the world could say, I'm not angry anymore. If the world could say, I just want to be free. I just want to be happy. I just want to go and live my life, and you don't irritate me. He doesn't irritate me. She doesn't irritate me. I am just living my life and having a good time. Oh my goodness. Am I speaking it into existence? I hope so. I'm going to talk about it all the time. If the world could just do these things for a week and then it continue to another week and then go on to another week and a week and a week after that, oh my goodness, how good the world would be. Can we make it a good world? Can we use the computers we did not know we had and sync them together? You can sync devices. Can we sync our minds into a positive light? Mm, mm, mm. They don't hear me. I got I gotta do a on that. They don't hear me. Can we sync SYNC? I think sync our minds like we do devices in a positive way. Can we have that pure heart of gold like the child that wants to go out and sell lemonade to make money to pay for her mother to get a car that she could not get? Can we think like a child? Can we function like how they do? Because they seem to be smarter than we are right now. Some of them. I mean, can we guide them the right way if we just clear our minds and sync them in a positive way? Let's sync. Let's get these sync devices on one accord for 1 week. I challenge you. Now, I'll be the only one doing this, I'm sure. I'm sure my listening audience, if they're listening, when they listen or when they finally get this message, I'm sure they will say, that's too much. That's too much to do because I'm giving you too much. Your mind is in overload because why? You're so filled up with cookies and history that you haven't cleared years after years after years. That when I give you this download, this input, you just blow your mind and you just can't take it. So you say no and you put that block. You have now blocked me. You have put up your firewall in your mind because you don't want to hear what I'm saying, because it doesn't make sense to you. Why? Because you're not computing it properly. I think I said the most deepest thing ever right in this talk today. I made you think a little, if you think at all. Oh God, I cracked myself up because why? I'm talking to myself. So why not just crack myself up and talk anyway? But I'm just saying, okay, people, I mean, can we do it? Can we not take things so literally? Can we not take a video game and turn it into reality? Can we know the difference between the real world and the fake world? And if we can't, can we not subject ourselves to it? Because we are weak. Anyway, I just want y'all to have the most safest and loveliest week of them all. I want you to try and do the challenge that I asked you to do. I am definitely going to try it. And whenever I slip up, I have to start over again. So I will probably be doing this challenge for a long but it's worth a try, right? So I'm going to try it. I hope you try the challenge in using your computer that you didn't know you had and take time out to you know, get off the computer for a day and just read a book, go bike riding, go have some fun. Take that life input, that life download that's there. It's there every day. You can go and lay out in the sun and receive a download that you didn't know you had. You can see things for the first time that you didn't even know was there. That's what you can do with the computer you did not know you had. And so, in closing, peace, love, and blessings from Spanky to all of you. I love you so much. And, like I said, if you're having problems, if you ever have troubles or you want to talk to somebody, drop a line, drop a messenger. Um, you know, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and, subscribe to my channel. Um, follow me. I have a lot of information, a lot of fun videos that I put on my YouTube. Like I said, I'm going to be starting this gaming, but I have to get my skills up a little bit. So I'm working on my skills before I go live with my gaming and embarrass myself because, I'll be looking like whatever. But yeah, so I'm trying to work that out. Um, but meanwhile, you have the Spanky Hot Topics. Wednesday night, I'm not sure what I'll be talking about Wednesday or what I'll be doing. I may decide to do a little Papa Bling, therefore, I won't be on all my channels if I do the Papa Bling. Um, and I guess that's it, you guys. I wasn't going to stay on long. I made you think. I used comparables. I broke down some things that you may not have really looked at in that light. I'm sure some of you have thought about that with the Wiz and the Wizard of Oz thing. I'm sure that people have sat down and analyzed it. So it reigns true. Let's look at the Matrix. Let's analyze some of that because, you know, they say what they want to say about it, but you got to look deeper than what you think or what society puts in your mind to think. It's a little bit deeper than that sometimes. It's about receiving the download that they're giving you in your mind, the computer you didn't know you had, right? So, y'all have a good night. I'm about to go to sleep, go take a hot shower, go to sleep, and I will talk to you later. Oh, do y'all love my earrings that I'm wearing? Let me show you my earrings. Can you see them? There you go. They may be reading backwards because I'm on this live, but natural beauty is what it says. And that is from Culture by LE LLC. You can buy your own ones like this. Culture by LE LLC. You can just go to her website. You could go to her Facebook page. Um, I'd like to give a shout out to Mary Fernandez, my Mary Kay coach. I'm kind of falling behind on my orders, but I'll get there. It's just sometimes you got to do what you can do. Give a shout out to Connie Rogers and for the paparazzi, um, Teresa Riddick. She always Mr. Henderson Vaughn, Mocha Steph, which is the owner of the Culture by Ellie LLC. Um, Let me see who I'm missing. And if I miss anyone, I will get to you soon. Um, Miss Clarine Ammons. Yes. Let's see. Um, oh, 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 let me go here and see. Um, Connie and Cindy Rogers. I said, you know, oh, and so many of you I could give a shout out to. Those are on the top of my list because I've dealt with them this week. Um, my family, I give a shout out to my family and all my other friends and loved ones and any of one following me. If you're following me, I would appreciate it if you go to my YouTube channel. It's Michelle Spanky Springs. That's all it is. Michelle Spanky Springs. Look me up. You'll see my face. Follow me. Subscribe. It's all free. To support, it's free. Just follow and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Like, love, share some of my videos. Um, tell people what I'm talking about here. It's all about community awareness. I'm really trying to bring a different vibe as to how I relay a message to you without, you know, tearing you down. I want to build you up. I want to make sure that everyone has a positive outlook and some feel good vibes, right? So that's what I'm giving you. I'm not logging you down with a whole bunch of this, that, and this and that. I'm just telling a story, and I want to see what your opinion is. I want you to tell me what you think after I've talked about these titles, what you feel is what the computer you didn't know you had and how it works. You know, let's talk. That's what Spanky's about, the hot topics. You know, I don't want to talk about what's going on in the world today, although I have to, because it's all incorporated with why we are feeling the anxieties that we're feeling. So I really do. We have to get it on the table, right? We have to talk about what we don't like to talk about. That's what it's all about. And so I am about to end this stream. Bye bye.